everybody, as always, well, you can't tell always because you saw at the top one video, but I often record in the morning, at 6 in the morning for me. I just played that game. I woke up randomly at 4 because of my toothache, and I was like, hey, let's liberate some proletariat. We're doing just that. We are playing as yellow, and we are playing as the Soviets. Our teammate is United States. There is a bug with the colors because the markers and the team colors are switched for us, but we don't care. Let's just get to my perspective. I'm making a sniper. I was not sure what to make, so I was like, oh sure, let's pick a sniper. We're playing against the Oster, and there is an OKW as his teammate. And guys, let me tell you, I cannot wait for the winter patch, because it just does so many great things for me. Our sniper will soon pop up, and we'll check out his gender, and it's a female, and I prefer women snipers just because that's actually sometimes I like to get a guy from time to time just for the change. The Oster player will not play around with capping territory. He will just charge right into me. My sniper will try to take this territory, and he'll just stay low and take it. My opponent, as said, doesn't capture territory. He's not bothered. He just wants to disturb me. I'm adding quickly some conscripts just to have some infantry around my sniper, and I should really make a car instead of those conscripts, but I already did that. I quickly capture that, and I retreat my engineers. I think that was another mistake. I should keep them there, because now my sniper doesn't have cover. I spot one pioneer there with my sniper, and I'll blast his head off. There it goes. I can sense these grenadiers lurking around, so I'll just back my sniper after. Oh, I should have taken a shot there, but I haven't. Conscripts will quickly spot for us, and this MG moved, and I just noticed that these grens are moving around here. I don't see them yet. I'll be picking up this pile just so he doesn't take my fuel. I have more conscripts, and my engineers are also going back to business. I'm running away with my sniper. This Pio, I hope they run. No, they didn't. Oh well. Here I'm hiding my sniper here in the corner, and I'll be playing with those drens. I'll be taking hide. All my units are tasked with going to this very place to relieve that sniper. We're running ring around the rosy with those Germans, and just fuck around with the finding, just so. And in the meantime, our conscripts will melt them away. Here I make a mistake, and my sniper gets beaten a bit, and here my opponent is routed. I'm quickly aiming at that Grants, my sniper. Again, mistake from me. He does get a few shots. I hide him behind the bush in the last minute, and I'm playing with little fire here. If this guy dies, we're fucked, and we basically lose the game. But I'll manage to just bug it out. I mean, don't mean bug it out, but just abuse the pathfinding on these grenadiers, and we are saved. I'm adding that card that I said that I really needed. Our sniper is really low, but we have to keep him here. We need to snipe that MG and get our fuel. This fuel is not captured. I have no idea what happened here. I think my opponent panicked and backed his pioneers when we were playing around here in the bushes. I'm sending my car. This car will bump my sniper. Now with pathfinding is dicking me over. And these pioneers are just used as a meat shield, and my opponent realized how much advantage we have in the manpower department. Just runs away. We'll reinforce these engineers with our conscripts, and we'll back these conscripts back to the base just so they can pick up 2 more guys. We'll load our Pio, and I mean my engineers, to that scout car, and we'll quickly drive it there. The colors unbagged, at least in some spaces. My tent is still blue. I make a field hospital to make use of that high upkeep that I have in the early game, and we'll just quickly patch up our guy and play around. Here are Volksgrenadiers, and they will be torn in my ass because they will cut us off. I'll quickly send my all of my guys as soon as I can to there, even this car. Now I quickly spot those pioneers, and since I'm here, I'll flame them. All of our guys are sent here to relieve the territory. With full honesty, my teammate, he did recover later, but his early game was awful. Let me take a sip of the coffee. We'll watch those conscripts fight with that. You can see that situation here is really dire. Sniper started blasting. He's there. We have a lag as grenade hits those conscripts, and we selected Soviet shock tactics. All of my conscripts on the route. I'm sending that car here. I spot that MG and we're blasting it off. My sniper will keep picking off the enemy. We are really behind in the fuel department because we are constantly either interrupted or we are cut, or our fuel was just not taken quickly enough. I'm playing with fire again. I'm backing the sniper on because I don't really. If I lose him, I'm fucked. Let's switch to the red player. He's making really a lot of improvement. I would like him as my teammate. Like this is what you should be doing. It's one of the things you could be doing with the Oster. I see a Panzerschreck team will be dismounting those engineers. They'll go and melee with those guys, and just this car will stay at safe distance. And because of that, we managed to connect the fuel. And you can see that our resources is really awful. We're having half of the munitions that the Germans are receiving, even less, 1/3 at this point, and we'll be drifting that car quickly here to the victory objective to connect it, or maybe not. And I changed my mind, and I don't recall where I did send it. I think I will try to blast that Kubelov. We are sending conscripts there. I really will enjoy these PPSHs on them. And I think that I'll be still playing against the Oster, and yet I am. My teammates doing some justice there. My conscripts run towards this guy. I'm adding shock troops just because I saw how much infantry my opponent has, and I really want something that grinds infantry quick. Our conscripts will be capping that victory objective as soon as they walk into them, and all of my infantry will be directed to play with those guys. I close in with my shock troops. I toss a grenade. It's a total miss. I'm backing off my shock troops because if I charge in this block, we'll just die. And we'll be abusing our sniper just to get some extra firepower, since he doesn't want to close in because we have shock troops, and he doesn't want to stay far away because we have a sniper. I'm sending my conscripts here, and we'll be trying to prevent this fuel from being captured. My grenadiers bite, my shock troops bite my opponent's back. My truck is also here to reinforce. We do wipe a squad, and that's just juicy engagement. We do even wipe 2 squads. This is amazing engagement for us. We really made some progress here. We'll quickly cap what there is to be capped, and back these guys to base just so they can reinforce and build us some stuff. Our last conscript units is there. They'll soon be armed with PPSHs. And yeah, my teammate made a Steward. He does like his Steward. He has plenty of bulletins. No, he just has 1 bulletin for it. And he made a Steward. The red player is actually in Oster. He is rushing Panzer IV, and he's not bothered buying anything. Really good from him. His teammate from OKW will be making a Puma. I think these guys are primates. They really, their unit selections and choices overlap, and that was a really great advantage they had early game. Later on they will even swap. They are doing this right now. The red player will be playing on the left, and the OKW player even made Puma already, and the purple player will play on the right. And my teammate adds the anti-tank gun, his comp. Shame that I didn't ask for AT gun for myself, but I forgot that he can drop it. Here is more of the OKW blob, and here is a Puma to punish that Steward. Really awful offensive choice from my make or rather good choices from my opponents. My shock troops will rout those guys, my sniper will even pick one head off that guy, and there is a 50 cal here, 80 gun there, there is a lot of Germans there, and we'll be quickly messing with them. My conscripts are here, these guys are lazy, guarding at fuel, and our flamer is here. We did drop ourselves tankowy battalion command, coś tam, whatever, the small tank factory, and we'll be pushing that, see that they are really working together. The opponents, they don't really are eager just charging that. I'm deploying my sniper here to be picking up some Germans. I'm not aware that my enemy also has a sniper. I decided to keep my distance since I have a sniper and have to charge them in. And I take out yet another guy. There is 12 kills in our sniper, and he's about to get, or she is about to get killed after he kills that guy. I think, yeah, there she goes. And that's really painful for me because my infantry department was previously very strong and now it's just underperforming, and you guys can see how much infantry they has. Now they have a sniper advantage. It's really not nice. My conscripts that were previously guarding my fuel are now capping that ammunition to disturb my enemy. My shock troops try to be cheeky here, but they have to run. The Stuart's a really bad choice, like they have a Puma and the Stuart it just can't do shit. Yeah, those guys, they really should run away, I'm sure, did they? Yeah, they will. So many Germans all over the place. The Unknown Legend locked in Overwatch quite a while ago, and I think that's just he will probably use those abilities that he keeps him. I deploy myself Su-76 and I just clicked on that sniper and told it to just fuck him over. It does run away. This scout car gets away also, and Su-76 will be trying to pick that Puma. If it tries to pops out, we'll be using these guys to flame those. No, we won't, but basically offer engaging all back in it now. There goes the Puma, and we'll be slapping it as soon as it shows its face. These conscripts also get mated. Our infantry department is in horrible condition, like the enemy infantry outperforms us. I spot that thing and I show that to my teammate. I'm really surprised with that unit choice from my opponent. We are not that static, maybe the blue is. But okay. We did drop one fuel cache, and we will be dropping more. If they want to spend 100 fuel on on this rocket launcher, I'm all in for just making a lot of T-34s. This Su-76 is tasked with shelling that infantry, and now we'll be dropping some high explosives on that MG. This doesn't look well. The enemy has plenty of infantry in this MG, which is push us forward when I'm backing my Su-76, because if my engine goes down, that Puma will murder me. We are cheeky, and we'll spook these Volksgrenadiers, and they are running away. They know that shock troops will eat them. Our car is beaten down somewhere. I'll just park it for a while. We are dropping the second fuel cache as mentioned, and I don't really like this. All those German units in my territory, and we'll send some conscripts and shock troops after them. Here, a stun grenade to my face. I am his, but it doesn't really matter. Here is a tip for you: if you are a German player, don't use grenades that don't benefit you. Like that grenade, it didn't change the outcome of that encounter in the slightest. And if I recall, this grenade costs really a lot. We will look it up in a minute, because I cannot now, since this unit is not selectable as infantry. The Oster player built a Panzer IV, and this is a great counter, because if you look on the blue player, he just has a single AT gun, and this is a tank map. This AT gun cannot cover every angle. It will be on flank, and his Panzer IV will just pitch slap this Stuart, if you believe it. So yeah, Let's take a look on stun grenade. It costs 30 munitions and it didn't do anything. Like, it used to be more expensive, I think, but it had its price reduced. Like, it used to cost 50. So yeah, but if you see your shock troops charging you, this can change the outcome. Our car was fixed and it will be again used as a flamethrower carrier. We took back what is ours here and I'll back those shock troops just to heal them up. The red player is the only one yet with no weapon. US has airborne and it might be useful to use that T-34 rocket strike. The Germans are pushing here again and again. My teammate really... I cannot expect him to hold this. Like, he has a Steward, they have a Panzer IV. We'll be trying to fight that Panzer IV. It's really low and I'm really intrigued by the situation. I'm trying to sniper my Panzer IV. I mean, my Su-76. We are dropping third fuel cache because, as said, we really want to make a lot of tanks. We do have plenty of resources and we'll probably try to do that. The Steward is getting quickly fixed and I'm using Liar Artillery Barrage because I saw plenty of Germans running there. I'm shooting into nobody, but they'll tell in the fog of war. You guys can see that this Steward just can't do anything. It dies with treatments. We'll be quickly regrouping whatever infantry we have and we have to send them instantly there to the right flank because the Germans are there and we have our first group of conscripts fighting there. We don't have literally anything, just look, we are playing with 4 infantry units, 1 scout car and Su-76 and whoa. But we did manage to drop 3 fuel caches and this will make us a lot of money. And yeah, these guys are to run away. I'm tossing a shock troops as a replacement. I really want to stop this. We have this Puma trying to stop our car and Su-76 will soon be sent there to dispatch that. My shock troops are there. There's like so many Germans there. And these shock troops, they have to take it pinned and that's really awful. My teammate here is doing actually some quite nice killing. You will lose that objective though. Oh, I don't my yawning, but I don't know, I guess I'm not really good with working with my voice. Like, I talk too much, there's so much to comment in those games that I just forget to breathe. Here, just more rocket strikes from purple player, and we are making a heavy tank factory, and we'll be making as many T-34s as we can. We are dropping a light artillery barrage here, and we'll be playing with those Germans. We're charging with our PSHs here, and unfortunately this light artillery didn't hit anybody. This conscript will have to run away. This Su-76 got hit and we have to back it up because the situation is really dangerous. Its engine is hit. This conscripts have to really hurry up. We are using Ura. We are tossing an anti-tank grenade. Really nice smoke from my opponent. This Puma will survive because of that, and this is a shame. My Su-76 has the engine busted. There is a Panzerschreck team. There is a very slippery situation. This car is lucky enough to not get killed there, and I'm really chasing that Puma and I can't do anything. This guy have to back off. We will flame it if they try to rush us. And our infantry, as soon as it gets replaced, will be sent from. The shock troops are already here and they will protect this Su-76 from any infantry threat that tries to touch it. We spot that guy, so we'll like exchange them. My teammate is also using his bonus fuel and he's adding a Sherman. I don't play United States, so I can tell you is that a good choice. I don't think it is. The enemy team has plenty of anti-tank. They have a Raketen, the Pumas that survived, and there is a Panzer IV. But yeah, the T-34 is here and it's making some rumble. We really will be able to defend these ruins with these T-34. And we'll be making as many as we can as soon as we can. And yeah, I'm already queuing up another one. We'll just politely ask those people to leave, and they will. Here is some explosives set by those booby traps by those Germans. It's really nasty. They killed only one guy, but take a look how much health they took off from our guys. Plenty of Germans dead, and our T-34 will be sent to dispatch all of those guys. And they do have plenty of AT and other things, but we do have a Su-76 with double the veterancy, and we have a second T-34 in the field. Shelling them. Fortunately, I backed my engineers because they would explode there. We are pushing. I spot that AT gun with my shock troops and I'll be chasing them just so my T-34 can roll in peace. I get pinned by the machine gun, and unfortunately I will have to run with shock troops or else they will die. It was a grenade, and yeah, there it goes. Really awful infantry attack from me. Here, that Sherman got killed in like a dumbest way possible. I haven't seen that while we were playing, but it was killed by the artillery, and we managed to decrew that machine gun with our Su-76 and the Molotov. Here is even more AT. I will back back. Like there's so many of them, and we'll be adding more and more and more as soon as we can afford them. And yeah, halfway to the another one, even more, 2, 3rd. There's a Panther here, unfortunately, and like this is so awful. Like T-34s don't pair up well against the Panthers, but we have an Su-76 in the back, and these things can penetrate Panthers reliably, at least in the video game. In real life they were pretty ineffective against them. And we have 2 T-34s to help it out, and we'll see how it goes. We are not really doing well in the point objective. Yeah, my teammates doing like, just look at that, Stuart can't do anything. Those rifles will be wiped. This MG, it doesn't cover anything. Like, this is awful at this point. I'm grabbing my head in the game and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude, you are awful, you're shit. And I didn't shit on him, fortunately, because I think if I did, we would lose that. I didn't notice that I can make next T-34, but as soon as I figure that out, I will. Here are more and more German partisans, and they are really a pest, and as soon as I spot them capping me, I'll send somebody to get that, and yeah, it will be that T-34. I should be adding Katyusha, to be honest, just look how many juicy targets it has here. There's a lot of infantry. And my teammate made a Jackson, and that's a really good choice. It will help us dispatching all of those tanks and add the penetration to our Unicom. I'm sending all my vehicles here. My conscripts will cap that as soon as possible. My shock troops land in that bomb, and that's really unfortunate for me, because now I have to just walk them all the way back to the base. They do manage almost. They kill their squad. If I micro them, they would probably wound. I'm using my T-34 here, and we'll be dispatching this infantry. All of that AT potential is in a faraway place, so our T-34s can just be nasty here. These conscripts walked into the mine and they got blasted again. We are making 3rd T-34, and we are accumulating our armored mass. These conscripts will stay here and protect the point. And because I saw those guys coming for me, and I probably will dispatch one of my T-34s later on to shell that. Su-76 is bed free, and it did land a nice hit there. My T-34s are sent to the north just to dispatch those guys and protect our territories from them. I'm really in an awkward position because I both have to be here and I have to be there, and I have to just juggle my units here and there. Fortunately, I do have a tank power to just keep moving around. We have 3 T-34s, Su-76 and M3 scout car. So we're just politely asking these people to leave. He has a Puma and he tries to poke me, and it will be somewhat efficient, but if we just get close and personal, we will destroy him easily. My conscripts are here, and I wish I could toss a juicy grenade in my face of my opponent. I have no idea what happened there, but my opponent used airstrike against me, and I'll just back off all my tanks out of the range of this ability. There is an armored push, like, okay, and we'll just take cover. This Puma is poking me again. I'll back all my vehicles, and the rest of my armored horde will help them out as soon as possible. I toss an anti-tank grenade on the Puma, I disabled it, and these conscripts really have to run away. This Puma is really low. There are still German air forces circling around the field. I'm trying to spot the plane, but I can't. Anyway, this Jackson is chasing that Puma. This is very risky. He's risking a Jackson for a Puma, and that would be a bad deal if he failed. Especially that there are those planes, and the allies are at 100 points, and this really can dig us over. We have to start to worry about the middle. There is no way we can take these positions. They are too fortified. The enemy has 2 Panthers, Panzer IV, and this is really nasty. And all we do that we have is Sherman, Jackson, and plenty of T-34s. And T-34s are cheap, versatile, but they are not really doing well. Panthers, as mentioned earlier, will be tossing all of those T-34 mass against our opponent. I'm using my airstrike to disturb this infantry, and all of our armor now will just charge in. We have a conscript here to disable and victory objective. Our shock troops are managed to go as far as here. There is a Sperrer already shooting our planes, and our T-34s are just here and there massacring whatever units are trapped in our airstrike. There is a Panther here. My Su-76 will be dispatched to fight it. This Sherman is really cocky. It's shooting high explosives at the Panther that will not do anything, and the T-34s will be charging in. I really want to use that chaos that we are causing and just do as much as we can. This Su-76 is sent to fight that Panther, and we are just using that T-34s just as a hammer fight. This Panther main gun got knocked out, and at this point I know that this Panther is stranded here. This Panzer IV is low health, and we'll be just driving into his base, exchanging all of those T-34s for as much value as we can. This is like a true slaughter. This T-34 got disabled. One of those got killed somewhere there. This Su-76, I forgot about it. Fuck it. All of the good things are happening here. We disabled this rocket launcher. There is just so much happening here. This Su-76 will be going now. I cannot micro it. I'm too busy here. This T-34 will be told to just take as many infantry as it can. This one will try to run away. I should micro it to shoot at Volksgrenadier and kill it, but unfortunately our engine is disabled. This Su-76 goes down. This Panzer IV is killed, if I recall. I don't see it, so yeah, it probably was killed. This M3 car managed to run away. It's so unimportant that nobody's bothering to kill it. These T-34s will try to run away, and I just say to my opponent that the motherland will send new T-34s, and can they say the same? And already our factory is halfway making another one. Now my thinking is we'll just replenish all of our T-34s. They did lose all of their tanks as well. Really shame that these T-34s didn't survive, but oh well, they really paid for this, and we killed all of the German tanks. And as soon as this tank goes down, we have yet another ready to fight. I'm not aware though that actually it's really poor timed. The red player is building his Panther as we speak, and we are back to square one basically. I added, also have installed that, a third conscript squad. They are fresh, they have no experience at all, they are completely yellow, and I hope they'll learn fast. Here my engineers are sent to defuse that bomb, but they are found by that machine gun, and no luck there. Here our infantry is just pushing in. The OKW player will disable all of those, dismount all of those wreckages I left here and there, and convert those to fuel. You can see that the purple player is not really doing well. He lost all of his armor and he's really low on manpower. He will be wasting most of this just to replenish his infantry. The red player, however, he's doing much better. 1200 manpower. Beating the shit out of blue, it seems, was not that hard because he didn't spend much. Let's take a look what he's buying, and I think he is buying a pioneer squad, and that's all. It seems he lost his, and I'm not sure. His resource jumped a lot. Yeah, he's holding also an MG that he lost. We are, as promised, adding more and more T-34s, and we'll be doing a lot of good things. Jumping from this victory objective to the middle. Conscripts are quickly sent there, capture that objective. I do know that there is a bomb, that's pretty obvious. And no, that's not my, I don't have a mine detector. No, I do have, and it will be sent yet again to try to disable that, since this MG that pinned them previously was just routed there. So I'm using that scout car as a mobile flamer, and there is a mine in the middle, and hopefully we can hold the victory objectives, because we are at 78 points. We can lose that game any moment. This Sherman is doing here some justice, telling my teammate to make Jacksons, and he actually is polite enough to make those. We have 2 of those. He does has plenty of MGs, I didn't even notice, but he doesn't have much in the infantry department. I think that this would be fine, like 1 additional rifleman I would like for comfort, but as said, I don't know, you were saying, maybe I'm wrong. Here we are disabling that bomb as promised. We have the conscripts here to protect that victory objective, and our tanks are being massed around the middle, just so we can flank towards these houses. There is the hunter here, it's really nasty. The red player is adding even more AT gun. His arm is really beefy, really large, I like it. Machine guns, 3 guns, sniper, plenty of pioneers, hunter, and he did lock in what at one point Jaeger armor doctrine, what will mean elephant in the late game. I'm not yet aware of that, but this will be a huge issue later on. Jacksons which fire a few shells, but no luck there. We are fighting these Germans here. I'm managing to take these munitions, really will help us, and our fresh conscripts will spray the PSHs against those Germans. My car is here with a flamer. It's amazing that he's still alive. Bomb hits these conscripts and it's really hard, and backing them all, and I realize that we cannot achieve anything here. We have to pull out. These T-34s will be backing up. Yeah, reaction from my teammate. Fortunately, we'll be trying to knock that Panther out. Park, not much happening, so I'll just speed it up. Shock troops are charging in the middle, slow down, and we do get a lucky one here with a grenade. Really through that Raketen, and we should be watching for our armor here. We did manage to kill somebody, but T-34, because they did said so. It was one of the purple units, I assume, and you can see that he's really low. He is making the Panther though on his own, and our problem with armor is getting bigger and bigger. We are still committed to our previous strategy. We are making as many T-34s as possible. I am aware that my teammate is playing airborne, and I wish he will use P-37 rocket strafe somewhere soon. We are fighting for the middle control. This is really dire. If we drop that middle, we are at again 78 points. This is awful. I hear a Stuka and all my tanks are on the move in case they are being targeted. But it was fortunate we just got MG a bit of the waste in my opinion, because that cost 200 and MGs that target worth of that. I'm tossing my T-34 here just to flank that AT, and I spot that Panther and oops. I toss my know that some mind has the enemy Junkers attacking, and this is really dire. We lose our T-34 for free, and these Junkers are attacking us. Panther here, he spots our conscripts and he's backing up because we don't want to catch him in space. We are capturing the conscripts in the cover of blue machine gun here. Shock troops also here. We're using smoke just to help those conscripts survive. It's really dire. This Panther is here for some reason. I cannot nade it because it has full HP. These planes are wandering around. Jacksons are dispatched to take care of that, and now I can nade it. I'm not paying attention to that area. Shame, because that would be really great. What I'm doing, I was probably taking care of that shock troop, so maybe, I don't know, maybe fixing some of my vehicles. I don't want that car anymore. It doesn't have the potential. It's taking my upkeep, it's taking my population. I'm just sending it in to commit suicide. It did spot a few nice targets, and it gives me idea that I will need a Katyusha later on, because I see that there is a lot of static things to bomb. Panthers are here, and we are fighting for every bit of Soviet land. The situation is really dire, and there's a lot of fighting. You can tell from me talking about it, I'm already tired, and this game was still going. We are dispatching penal troops. These guys they have no combat experience, and they will be quite useless, but we are giving them anti-tank package, and they will be tossing explosive on enemy tanks. Have plenty of manpower, so I decided to use them some way. We are still committed to our T-34 strategy. We should change that with full honesty, like it's not working anymore. The enemy, oops, sorry about it. The enemy has too many Panthers, too many AT guns. We cannot do our glorious charge that we did previously. We could nade that Panther, but we did it again. We have our penal team here, and we'll be hoping to toss some explosive on the enemy. When we spot that Panther, it kills one of our penals, and we'll be shooting our AT rifles at it. Not much there. I'm packing those penals just because that's a waste. Trying to do achieve something there. Our objective is again threaten, and our T-34 will be dispatched there to kill them off. We are down to 75 points, and this is getting dire and dire. Here there's some crazy ammo push. I didn't notice that previously, but it does exchange a Sherman for a Panther, and now it's really awful. I'm not sure, I didn't notice this. I think I was just busy with victory objective because we are about to lose. We exchanged, turns out, a Jackson and a Sherman for a Panther, and this Panther is badly damaged, but I didn't see that, so I don't know about it. The Elephant is sent to the battlefield, and from now on it will be fucking dire. We do manage to take that objective. We do capture that one with a T-34. We got ourselves ammo, and our conscripts will be routing those volks just so they don't bother us. This Panther is being fixed, and my teammate got himself M8A1. I'm adding even more T-34s despite the fact that I should stop at this point. But, oh well, I'm not yet aware that there is an elephant here. If I saw it, I would never buy another T-34. Maybe I'll cancel it even. No, it will be built. And now, I didn't see it. I only saw that something with one shot took half of my tank health points, and I already know what it is, and that's the elephant. And oof. Oof. And I guess we'll be dancing around it because fuck me. Yeah, we have a strong defenses, 2 machine guns covering that victory objective. We both know that this is the most important flag on the map right now. There should be also a T-34 standing defending that, but there is none. I'm concentrating them in hope for another heroic charge. We have penals here to toss some explosive at tanks, and plenty of our conscripts around. My teammates, praise the Lord, he's making all of those Jacksons, because we really need the anti-tank department. all I have is an anti-tank rifle, and if you know something about history, you do know that they were not very effective against heavier tanks, and just as many T-34s as I have. This T-34 is sent to this road just to protect that victory objective. As said, I should have done that, and just look how much heavy tanks they have, and they taking off my penals, and I'm keeping them around, just maybe they'll have a lucky throw. This elephant is keep being a pest. We'll be quickly fixing that T-34 so we can get back to the fight. We still have the T-34s ready. We cannot put out any offensive with that elephant, so we're just waiting for our enemy next move. My ally is shelling them with his M8. I spot these guys there and will be quickly asking them to leave. This Panther is being aggressive here, my penals are spotting them and they will try to explode. I'm just tossing everything against the Panther. I have no idea what it's doing. I guess they want to exchange a Panther for an M8, and just my penals are still too far away, but at this point I'm cancelling that order because I see that this Panther will be killed. This T-34 is taking a fight with that infantry. T-34 somewhere here. This one just exploded. Shame. I guess that this elephant killed it. And the age of T-34 ends, for this game at least. We will not be adding anymore. They are just a cannon fodder we can toss against these heavy tanks. We are dropping EU strike, just a nade there. That will wipe it. No, we won't wipe it. It's quite reduce it to just the one person. But we really need to take that victory objective back, because if it goes into German hands, we will lose. We have 2 T-34s at full HP, and they will be sent here to help with our infantry. We are tossing a smoke grenade just so this MG cannot fuck around with us. This T-34 will shoot those panzer grenades there. EU even dropped into them. This T-34 is defending that side. These guys are in trouble. I'm backing them off. Fortunately, the purple is not committed any tanks to the side, so our T-34 still can be the king of the battlefield. Those Jacksons here are trying to ask this Panther to leave. They are blocking each other, and this elephant is really eager to shoot it off. But fortunately, Jackson manages to escape. This Panther is forced to leave. Our T-34 is still a noble guardian of these plains, and we are trying to continue putting up the pressure for the victory objective. Both teams are aware that if this goes down, the Axis will win. So the struggle is real. I'm resigning out of making Katyusha T-34s and will be replacing them with Katyusha. We need some artillery advantage. The US player took airborne, so he doesn't have any artillery. He did have this M8 A1, but it's too little too late. Our penals are sent against machine guns, and they will try to hold that objective against the Germans. It's a shame to be a penal. They got pinned, the sniper is picking them off. These Echelon didn't even try. And the Katyusha is available, and it will be shooting there as soon as it gets in range. We are really in a desperate situation. This victory objective is being taken. Fortunately, there is some partisan activity. These paratroopers were managed to get to that victory objective and will be capping it. Our Katyusha is shelling here. The sniper is running away because it don't want to catch the rocket with his face. This MG is also retreating, it's really low. Our conscripts tried to hold that, but they are running away. I don't really want to use manpower, especially that there is this is taken. My friend is typing to me there, but we are really busy with that replay. Sorry about that. I should set myself on invisible. Well, I guess it's still a progress because I muted my Facebook, and previously I wasn't doing that, and some of my recordings were sabotaged by somebody just dinging me on Facebook. And we'll be adding some tanks as soon as we can. We consider Su-85 or maybe another Katyusha. We are really at the pop cap, and I'm using EU2 airstrike. This elephant is a bit panicky, but as my opponent realized that this is not anti-tank airstrike, he decides to stay. My infantry is sent onward to push. My shock troops toss a smoke grenade to prevent the machine gun fire from there, and my shock troops will be charging in against all of those vulnerable infantry and hopefully melting them away. You can see that they are running away. Now my teammate is using his P-37 rocket strike, and as soon as I realize that this is our planes, we are charging in with all of our armor. These T-34s are here for the last one charge. We are just tossing them against the enemy. This guy is really low, he will be killed unfortunately. This guy is in an awkward position, and this is taking out enemy anti-guns. These pinels are just charging into that heavy tank, trying to toss a bomb against it. There is a Schwerer there, so I'm not really eager to toss them in. My teammates made a really nice purge per blob, and he is killing a lot of infantry there. Our shock troops are capping, our pinels are here, hidden behind that house, and we are adding Su-85 just to have some tank destroyer. We need something more potent against those German armor. These Jacksons are here, making some troubles, and our situation looks really amazing. Our planes are being shot down, but oh well. The enemy really did invest in anti-aircraft. They do have an Austrian, they have a Schwerer. Our planes are really vulnerable right now. We are, as soon as my population allow me, Su-85 is built, I'm really close to my pop cap limit. The only thing that leaves me some room is just my infantry is constantly dying. Those two T-34s will be repaired and sent back into the fray somewhere. This elephant is still pounding our armor. It's fed 2 already. This is really crazy. My teammate is using mobility of his medium tanks, really nice. He is constantly suppressing anyone who tries to get to our victory objective, and this is really nice of him. He really started to shine in the late game, despite I'm really happy about him. His early was awful. Our enemy has only 200 points. Our advantage is accumulating. I saw that Volks there. I thought that they are going just for our victory objective, and I'm sending my T-34 there. Our Katyusha is reloading, and as soon as it's ready, we'll be shelling some of that blob. We are not seeing this from our perspective, but I am aware that they are somewhere there. Here, the Germans try to charge us. Our brave conscripts are sent just to be a cannon fodder and hold the victory objective. As soon as they can be relieved, they run away. We have shock troops in the area just to make it a bit spicy against our infantry. We will quickly be replacing all of that infantry blob and sending it at one point back into the middle. Yeah, there goes the replacement. We have an Su-85 here, ready to pick up a fight with any tanks that there. The American tank regiment is somewhere there. Our T-34 asked these guys to leave, and Katyusha is ready and it's shelling. And a bit miss from me. I should be... Oh, actually that's a really nice hit. We did interrupted that Panther from being fixed. Nice tip, if you hit the tank with a rocket, it cannot be repaired from this repair station, and it happened there, and we got ourselves a few seconds more. Here, lucky this enemy smoke covered a bit of my shock troops. I toss a grenade somewhere there. My opponent tries to steal that victory objective, but he panics and he retreats. Even that my shock troops are pinned by that machine, they are not very dangerous. I'm using my U2 attack yet again just to pin all of those infantry. This Panther is sent here, and we have a lot of infantry coming in. This Su-85 is really beaten down. We'll be quickly fixing that up. I'm adding yet another Katyusha just to even more capitalize on our artillery advantage. There is a lot of things that I want to bomb with it. There is a machine gun there. They are reloading. I quickly toss my conscripts, and I toss everybody against that machine gun. Our penals are here, and you can see that the enemy tanks are paying them respect because they know if they get bombed with our anti-tank package, they will be in trouble. The OKW player makes a King Tiger, and this is really I'm grinding my teeth. The situation with the heavy tanks is getting more and more dire. My Katyusha is shelling that AT gun. I really would like to kill it, and maybe, yeah, one of those rockets hit it and kills it. I'm tossing an AT grenade there, and those conscripts will be running home. We have more covering here. Our shock troops are sent from the base. They'll quickly grab 6th guy. The enemy is down to 100 points. We are really close at this point. We'll quickly reinforce those penals and toss them back into the fray. Let's take a look on my units. We are still struggling. We have only 5 population limit left. We cannot even replenish all of our infantry. We have so many units. I'm trying to toss an AT grenade on that tiger, and these conscripts pair with their lives, but I don't really mind that because I really need those population limits. Our AT will be shelling this King Tiger. We want to kill it, and this T-34 is sent back to the fray. The enemy, our paratroopers, are asked to leave from that victory objective. My shock troops will be sent here. My T-34, it gets engine damage, and it's really in a troublesome position. It will be killed. I try to escape it. I realize that it's not the best idea, but it doesn't matter. I should just camp it behind the house and be as much of a problem as it could, and just accept that it's about to die. Our Su-85 is sent onward, and it will be picking up a fight with that heavy hit pulse. I'll backing it off quickly as this elephant slaps that bitch. Fun fact: these Su-85s were called Suka, what in Russian just means bitch. That's why I called it bitch. There goes my YouTube money if I would ever get it. Well, since I have like 5 subscribers, I can at least curse as much as I want. This Sherman goes down, the ammo, and it caught on fire, and you can see that it made what I call a deodorant. Probably you guys were playing with a deodorant and a lighter. It kind of looks the same. Our T-34 will destroy that light AT gun. I can hear my penals being murdered. They are already running away. These paratroopers are doing really wonderful job in murdering all of those infantry. These Jacksons will be sent in. My guys are just running with the AT grenades onward, and all of our tanks will be sent to fight. This Su-85 will be placed here in the flank. This is just a massacre. My teammate loses all of his ammo. This Su-85 should be really helping them, but I was not thinking the best of my teammate just because he didn't do so good in the early game. I'm thinking that this is the enemy airstrike. I'm running away with panic, but this is actually our planes, and I should be pushing in as much as I can. As I realize that, I'm sending my guys back. This T-34 that is just about to die in one hit is also sent in. The situation is so dire. This elephant is getting bitch slapped again. My Su-85 is so low that I'm backing it off. It manages to survive just by pure luck. It's like it has not even 1 HP, that's like a half HP. This elephant is running away because conscripts with an AT grenades are trying to nade it. They are caught with that Austrian that I'm running away just because I want to avoid casualties as much as I can. I really have to be careful with my money. Katyushas, oops, sorry. Katyushas are soon to reload, and they will be barraging that repair station just to keep that tanks damaged as long as I can. My penals are being caught, and fuck them. My T-34 is running away because it's so low that I cannot risk it. Su-85 is sent back to the base, we'll be repairing it, and our EUs are sent yet again in just to fucking lag. My Katyushas destroy this repair station, then these tanks will be damaged for a bit more. 2 last rockets, and nothing besides that repair station was damaged or killed. Shame. We are putting a fight for that victory objective. We killed Obersoldaten unit there. We will quickly steal their machine gun for our conscript. This is really nice for the conscripts assault package. You can pick up yet again. You can still pick up 1 additional weapon with your conscripts. The red player has an Ostwind and Elephant. The purple player, pardon, the purple player has King Tiger that's so beaten that it cannot be used, and a Panther. We, from the other hand, have also few tanks that are really in a bad position too. We'll be quickly dispatching these Volks with a T-34, and we'll be capping that point quickly. Still, the enemy points are melting. They are only on 17 points. They are throwing everything they have into the middle. I'm seeing all that infantry blob, and I'm praying for my Katyushas to reload faster just so we can shell them back to the oblivion. This MG is spinning all that infantry. This Su-85, nobody remembers about it. It's damaged and it's far away. This T-34 is here, and it will be quickly sent to the middle just to help. The engineers will be left here to wait. These Katyushas were found by that Panther, and it will be killed, so no barrage against that push in the middle. The US player is throwing everything he has. I am also throwing everything we have. This Panther went down, killed by those Jacksons, and we win. Nice, amazing recovery. Like, that game was, you guys can see that I'm losing my breath here, and that's really bad because I have asthma, but by the heavens we won, and I didn't believe that. As I lost those vehicles, I was already replenishing them, but the game ended. This elephant was not killed, but didn't manage to secure a victory. This sniper was even alive to the very end game, and what a game. And somehow we won, and we won just because we had 3 fuel caches. Look on our fuel reserve. The blue player can just replenish their Jacksons indefinitely, and also my T-34s played a major part in that game. I think we built 9 of those, and 10th is being built and will never be built because the game ended. Let's take a look on the score screen. The US player, his Jackson really did ton of damage against the enemy armor, and he really redeemed himself out of that. We also had quite a nice KD, considering we were playing Soviets and we were really tossing our units left and right. I did the least damage in our team, but you guys have to admit that was not in our team in the whole game, but you guys have to admit we did pull up a really nice fight. And as the score screen shows, damage is not everything, because we had the least damage and we still won. Personal info: most valuable unit T-34, obviously. 13 kills on our sniper. He did help us early game, really. Our T-34s tanked 30,000 damage points. They took out 4 enemy vehicles and we lose 8 of them. Yeah, and they killed 84 models, including tanks and infantry. Let's take a look on army values. Really, this blue player was pushing it out of the scale late game. The red player here, this was this amazing armor push for our T-34s with the air power cover. However, you can see that the red player did recover quite quickly. The purple had a bit problem with that. Resource float, as said, plenty of reserve, both here in the red and blue. I also had plenty of resources, not as much as I thought I had. Let's take a look on our unit score. These shock troops really paid for themselves, conscripts as well. We were really careful with our infantry, we didn't lose that. I tried to build ML20, but I cancelled it. 9 T-34s, almost all of them killed. So, maybe let's take a look on personals for other players. Most valuable Jackson for US, and I'm not surprised, they did really amazingly. Let's take a look on the purple. Panther, yeah, they were really pesky, but I think that they were just not enough. They do poorly against the infantry, and there's the main weakness of them. Let's take a look on the red. Elephant, most valuable unit, no doubt about that. Plenty of kills on his sniper. He killed 13 people just with his incendiary rounds. And he had 73 kills on his sniper. This is crazy. I have never... This is the highest number of kills on the sniper I've seen ever. Wow. Really impressive. Simply impressive. Really, congratulations to the red player. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked it. That was a really intense game. A bit too long for my comfort, but thanks for watching. Cheers, and I'm about to finish my coffee.